Hello, Jordan. How are you?
Hey Kieran, how are we, mate?
Oh, I'm sitting pretty at top six.
Yeah,
Finally,
we're
after
top.
3 weeks of top seven, I'm in the top six.
We're top six now, mate. We're top six.
We
It's
are
brilliant.
killing it. Obviously, a lot of injuries, a lot of people that are out.
Mm.
That we just have to talk about, honestly.
Yeah, for sure,
Um,
absolutely.
because yeah, it's affected a lot of people's teams. For one, major one, Dunkley being out.
Yeah,
Who was probably the best forward. Think he was literally sitting at the
yeah,
top forward. Yeah,
yep,
by and not by much. Zeba was a great pickup,
yep, yeah,
huge pickup at the start of the year. If you picked him
absolutely.
up for what 280 or something like that,
Yeah, something
oh, you're laughing,
ridiculous.
you're laughing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But not that it affects me. You've also got Neil to worry about.
Yes, 100%, a hundred
Yeah.
percent. Like, there's just super coach carnage this week.
Mm.
I feel sorry for all the super coaches out there because there's some decisions definitely to be made.
Yeah. Not to mention that you have not me, but you have to bench Martin this week.
I do. I
Um,
have to cop Martin on the pine this week.
and I believe it's just the 1 week for Martin. I think it was like
Yeah,
12,
so
14 days. Yeah.
yeah, it's because of the new concussion rule, so
Mm.
can't
So
play for 12 days,
I'm gonna
obviously.
pick
So,
Martin up for so cheap.
bro,
I
he'll
don't
be
think
under
it's gonna come
400.
back and score 150, but
Yeah, yeah, very true.
look, we'll
Um,
see how he goes. Honestly,
yeah, very much so.
the other
Um,
I've got is that was the three main ones: Dunkley, Neil, and Martin, weren't they? Was there any other injuries that
basically,
we missed? Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's Dangerfield, but everyone
I've
has
written
got to
him off at
get,
the first round. I
yeah,
mean,
got
if
to get.
if you saved him for the 3 weeks and he's come back
Yeah,
and done that, oh, that's sad.
that's
That's
very stiff.
it's just unfortunate, really.
Yeah, yeah,
I've got. I don't know about you, but I'm making two trades this week.
yeah, yeah.
After making none last week,
Mm-hmm.
there was a reason.
Um,
I forgot who I was going to pick up. There's something about the. I was going to get Cummings and Clark, for Neil and someone else, but
yep,
Mansell. I don't know how
yep,
Mansell did, but Cummings
yeah,
outscored Neil,
easily.
which
I shouldn't
is
say
good.
easily because Neil scored 90 something. So, but no, Cumming did very, very, very well. Very well.
Yeah, exactly. And what he scored 90,
I think Neil,
90.
are you talking Neil?
Yeah, Neil
96, I
96.
think.
Yeah.
96. Yeah.
So not
Wasn't bad. And basically, I
bad.
think played with an ankle injury.
Yeah, and his break even was 98.
Yeah. So just lost a little bit of money.
But yeah, talk me
Um,
through your trades, and I'll talk you through what I'm thinking.
yeah. So I was the same as you. No trades for me last week because obviously Lockie Jones, 4 week injury for him. So he was going to be the one I was going to bring in, but didn't eventuate.
Yeah.
So no trades for me last week.
Oh, look,
And
that's not bad anyway.
yeah, no, I needed to start conserving my trades anyway. And I'm actually only thinking the one this week.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
so, so as I said, Martin on the pine, I'm just going to have to cop Anthony Scott on the field.
Yeah.
Um, and I've actually got enough funds to go Neil to McRae. So
Neil
I'm
to McRae
really,
is a huge
really,
trade.
really, really big on that and
Mm.
really happy. I've already done the trade, mate. I'm that keen, like to
Yeah.
bring the bloke in. He's just absolutely
I
had
was
a killer season.
so close to bringing in Neil, and if he would have scored that for me after I brought him in, I would have been so annoyed. And
Yeah.
there's a lot
Well,
of people that
imagine.
brought him in last week because we were telling people to bring him in
Yeah,
if you
we
could
were.
do it, sort of thing. Though it
We
was too
were.
hard. It was too hard for me to do it, especially when Mansell. Like, what did Mansell score for me?
Let's have a look. Well, the
Score.
Supercoach gods have helped you, Kieran. Yeah. So,
Yeah. 39
yeah, it's his
as
lowest for the
opposed to
season.
he would have been on the bench anyway. No, he
Yeah.
would have been on the field for that game.
Yeah.
Chapman. No, I would have got Chapman's score. I would have got
Yeah.
Chapman's score, and I would have scored. I would have lost. I would have lost more than what I already did. But look, my trades are
Yep.
going to
Let's
be.
talk. Yeah.
I have to get rid of Dunkley, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's a huge loss.
3 months as well. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I love him as a player, Josh Dunkley. There's just something about the way he plays
I,
footy. I
I'm
don't
up
know.
as a Bulldog supporter. I'm upset that he's
Mm.
going to be that he wants to be traded away as well
It's
because
really
he's
sad.
he's a huge part of our huge part
He's
of
an
our
asset
team.
to your team. He makes your team better,
But actually, I
100%.
would actually just thinking about this now. That will probably affect Trelaw's score as well.
Mm. Yeah.
And I know some people who've actually, funnily enough, has actually got Trelaw and he's just been killing at the moment. I just thought
Has
about
been.
this a lot. I just
TRE.
felt
Yeah.
oh wait, it's because I got It's because it's not a forward. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why. Let's
that would
ignore
be
that.
it.
Ignore that ever happened.
That would be it.
So I'm getting rid of Clark. I'm getting rid of Dunkley.
Yeah,
And honestly, who I'm thinking of is I'm gonna bring Campbell up here just because I've got
yep,
three. Because I'm pretty confident of my midfield. I don't have to worry about what McNeil's scoring, what Campbell's scoring, or even
yeah.
Brockman.
And this
I've
is the
only kept
thing
him
as
in.
well.
Yeah, I've only kept
Yeah,
Brockman in because he's still got a low break even.
well, yeah. Like I was gonna say, before, Goulden, Warner, they should still be playing. I know
Oh,
they've got
exactly.
high break evens, but they definitely should still be playing. Even
Hmm.
Chapman to an extent.
Oh yeah,
We
exactly.
obviously only bought Chapman in a few weeks ago, but yeah, they've got reasonably high break
Hmm.
evens, but not too high. They're very achievable.
Yeah, and I'm not too like yeah. Again, if they weren't playing, if they're going to be on the sideline, like say if Warner or Gordon, who's going to be like sidelined for a bit, then that's
Yeah.
when I'm like, okay, this I got 300k just sitting on the bench doing nothing, and I have
Mm,
to have the likes of say Campbell or Brockman
yeah.
or Neil or whoever, which
Yeah.
isn't a big deal, but it can. It's just I'd obviously rather Gordon. What Gordon scored in the first couple of weeks, I think it was.
Mm,
Yeah, if
yeah.
you can continue doing that, that
Yeah.
would be
Well,
great.
that's exactly
but
right.
yeah, again, that's the least of my problems at the moment.
Yeah. 100%.
Um, so Dunkley, Clark, and especially if Clark's going to be an emergency sub, oh, that's going to
Yeah.
annoy me.
That's no
I've got
rubbish.
a few people I was going to pick.
Yeah.
Zorko was one of them that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Just because he's a top seven, and especially if especially if Dunkley's going to not play for extended period of time, he potentially be a
Yeah.
top six, huge price, and for this price as well, was going to be killing it.
Very cheap.
The other one was Tom McDonald, based
Hmm.
on the last three games average of 111,
Yeah. That's
which
crazy.
is huge.
Yeah.
Having a 136 in there does help.
And you know what helps as well? Melbourne are absolutely flying at the moment. They're
Mm.
flying to the point where Sportsbet have paid them out to win the premiership.
Correct. Yeah, I saw that,
That's
and they're killing it.
crazy.
Um,
That's crazy.
and I think we versed them in a little bit. I think.
You do. I think
Yeah,
you do
we have
actually.
to get
Maybe
past. We have to get past Richmond first, and without Martin,
is
that's easier for
big
us.
sniff. Is a
That's a
big
big
sniff to
sniff.
be seven
Yeah.
and zip, mate. Big
Mm.
sniff to be
So
seven and zip.
we can thank Melbourne for doing that theme,
Yeah.
getting him concussed. That was yeah, that was my original trade, which was Zorko and McDonald. So I'll bring Zorko in, take Waterman out, and it'll basically be Warner, Rowe, and Jones at the bottom, Zeeble, McDonald, Zorko up the top, which is
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah.
And then we had a few chats and thought maybe
We
we can
did,
work
didn't
this
we?
out a bit cheaper. So then I
Mm.
thought, we'll get Impey,
Yeah.
and then the other one we were looking at was Atkins, who we gave a
And you
shout
know
before.
I've been big on him all season. Yeah.
Exactly. But the big thing about that is that they're going to be they also had similar scores last round.
Yeah.
But the big thing for me is the cash, 88k, and not to mention
Yeah.
Atkins has got 75 break even. Hopefully he can beat that.
Yeah.
MP has just been killing it lately. Still 66 break even, so he's still going to make money.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what I'm going to go with. Probably going to go with at the moment.
With
I'll just
88k
fix
in the
this up
bank, that's
with 88k
huge.
in the bank. And I wish Cripps comes back to his old ways. Not last
Who
year,
they
the year
got this
before
week?
that.
I
What
think
was it,
they got the
2018,
Bombers. They
2019?
got the Bombers this week, actually. So,
Ooh, what did he score last year against the Bombers?
yeah, David Teague's going to get in his ear and freaking perk him up. I'm telling you,
I
he
hope
hasn't
so.
scored great. He
I
hasn't
hope
scored
so.
great against the Bombers, but
He
there's
should
just
be.
something's got to tick. It makes me think that he's maybe in playing with an injury. I don't know. Um,
That scares me
he's
because
not.
he was
He's not his
similar
old
like this
self.
last year.
Yeah,
He still averaged almost 100, but
he's not his old self. But Kieran, this is the
he had
thing.
those
He's a
scores.
primo. We can't get rid of him unless he's
Exactly.
dropped for an
Exactly.
extended period of time, or
And like
not
if you
dropped,
pick him up, like
injured, you know
say
what I
say
mean?
you picked him up for Neil last week as well. That's another trade you have to go
Jeez.
back as well. And
I honestly, we were talking about this just
Hmm.
before we hopped on air. We suggested people to bring in Neil
yeah,
last week.
my bad.
Apologies, guys, that we did not see that coming. I don't think anyone saw that coming, to be
Well, for
honest.
98 break even, it was almost safe to say that he was going to hit that. And if he was going to be playing with an injury and still scored 96,
That's crazy.
that sort of shows what he's going to be. But that just
No.
means he's just going to come back even cheaper. And
Yeah.
I'll be one of the first people to bring him in.
Yeah.
At 88 as well. Oof, I'll take him. I'll 100% bring
His
him in.
break evens now is 88. That's crazy.
But yeah, how long did you say he was going to be out for?
2 months.
2 months.
He was out for 8 weeks, basically.
8 weeks.
which
What's
makes
yeah?
him he comes back what mid late
Mm,
season,
which is
I suppose.
way it's potentially could bring him in for one of your last midfielders sort of thing.
Mm,
Which will
yeah,
tie it up nicely, sort of nicely, as long as you got like the
yeah,
money in the trades as well.
indeed.
Um, I think I'm happy with this. Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm gonna go Jones over Scott and just see how Scott goes first,
yeah,
and then hope Waterman doesn't play. So if Scott does have
yeah.
a good score, just swap it. If not, I'll
Well,
cop it on the
yeah.
chin.
I reckon after Essendon's performance yesterday, I went to the game actually as well. I'm a Collingwood supporter, so
Mm.
yeah, well done to the Bombers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just didn't play well that last quarter, I don't think. And
Parish, 41 disposals.
they had 42 won the Anzac medal and kicked
42.
two, I think, as
Fuck.
well.
Not
Yeah,
bad. Not
I thought
not
Tip.
bad effort.
I actually thought Tip and Woody got robbed, but
He did play
nah.
very well. He
For,
did play very
for
well.
yeah, for
Mm.
Parish to have 42 and kick two, there's your Anzac Day medalist, and
Yeah.
very well deserved as well.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
The other few people we were talking about was Thilthorpe,
yeah.
little
We're
Riley
gonna
over
call
here.
him Ian Thorpe.
We're gonna call him Ian Thorpe over here, and Frederick Martin.
Yeah,
Um, obviously wait another week. If he scores
yeah,
another 90, honestly consider bringing him in.
mm,
And if he scores if he scores anything close to what he did last game,
yeah,
um, could be a downgrade from Chapman. Like, look, I'm not
definitely.
expecting Chapman to score 68 his break even, but
Yeah,
it still means he's gonna have at least 100k,
mm,
130k or something
yeah,
in the bank for bringing him in.
yeah. Well,
And
this
look,
makes me
88,
think.
yeah, that's
Yeah, this makes me think as well that Frederick is taking Lockie Jones's spot possibly for 4 weeks.
hmm.
So if Frederick can make 100k, 150k, he's done his job basically.
Oh, exactly.
Another thing that I might add as well is there's not really any good players on the bubble this week. Um,
Yeah.
we were hoping for Finlay and McRae to absolutely tear it up, but unfortunately that hasn't happened. Um, and he could get dropped next week or this week, I should say. But I think
Yeah.
we're kind of in the phase where look, we're 1-5, we're in the rebuilding phase. Bucks probably know
Oh yeah,
down
just like
deep down inside,
chuck some rookies in there, see how they go.
yeah, that we're
And
probably not going to make finals. So
oh yeah,
yeah, why
well
not? Why not
it's just a
throw the
matter
kids
of
in?
get the
Yeah,
kid some time.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know how safe McRae is going to be or anything like that, but
yeah. Which
he's
is
still
really
gonna
disappointing.
make you money. I would
Yeah,
have picked him up unless you start off with him. I would have picked him up.
yeah,
I would have waited the 2 rounds anyway,
yeah,
because then you can see how you got this rookie just scored 88,
yeah.
which is more than what McRae scored the last 2 games.
Mm.
Um,
It'd be
and
interesting to see. Yeah,
he's got even got lower break even. He's still got another game to sort of go
yeah.
and
Well,
just kill
look,
it.
we technically have two very winnable games. Our next two, we've got Gold Coast and North Melbourne.
Mm.
So
Okay. Yeah.
he could be someone to look at. Who knows?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
Especially the way the other teams are going. Like
yeah.
you guys should win. Um,
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
yeah. The
Mm.
other people we're going to talk about is Walsh. If you can find a way to bring in Walsh,
Oh my goodness,
even
that
if the
guy's a
only trade
freak.
is just Neil to Walsh, you won't have an
He's
issue
a
there.
freak, mate. Absolute freak.
Zorko is still not a bad shout, especially at this price, considering
Mm.
his last he's had 2 bad games of a 70 and 64. His lowest
Yep.
after that is 101. And for
Yep.
485k, you'd be crazy. The only reason why I didn't bring
100%.
him in, obviously, is because I'd rather have the sort of salary. And
Mm.
Atkins done. He's done all right.
Done great. Yeah.
Just had a bad game a couple weeks ago, which is going to affect
Yeah.
his 3 round average and all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
look,
I wouldn't be too worried.
I'm not worried. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll just sort of see how it goes. And it's just that it was just the fact that he's almost 100k cheaper, or the
Yeah.
88k cheaper, whatever you want to call it. But yeah,
Mm.
he's
Indeed.
not bad. The other
Yeah.
two that I wanted to bring up as well is for his both for their price is Boak,
Like, yep.
and I had him last year, and he was honestly done really well. I know a lot of people brought him in after the first game
Mm.
of his 160. He hasn't lived up to that, but
Yeah.
his lowest score is 84.
Yeah.
And like if you're spending
Not too bad.
if you're spending like 500k on someone who's 550 on someone whose lowest score is 84,
Yeah.
easy. And look,
Mm.
he should start making his money back now. So he's
Yeah.
almost sort of bottomed out anyway
Yeah.
at
For
550.
sure. Yeah.
The other one as well. Oh, I want to bring him up because I had him last year. I was one of the only people I know that had him last year.
Tuki Miller.
Miller, 616 teams. No
That's
one's got
crazy.
him.
That's crazy.
No one's got him. 94 break
Even
even, which you might.
0% of teams, it says, mate.
Yeah,
0%.
no one's like. If you bring him in, you'll be the only person in your league that have him, and you'll
Yeah.
reap the rewards of. He's got a very high ceiling,
Holy cow, he
146,
scored 146 last
and he's
week.
done
Oh my
that. He's
goodness.
done 3 good games: 146, 132, 131, and
Yeah,
then he's
that's
had
crazy,
80, 78, and 96. And
man.
if you can just cop that couple of 70 games here and there,
Yeah.
he can reward you very much, very well,
Definitely.
very
Definitely.
well.
Yep.
Last game against Collingwood, 122. So look out for that as well.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I think we should talk about our captaincies because I think we forgot to do that last
Definitely.
week.
Definitely.
Ridley's back
Indeed
for
we
me,
should.
thank God.
Yeah.
Um,
Lucky you.
I'm going to keep the VC on McRae.
I
Because
like it.
we looked at these last scores against Richmond: 162, 106, 163. So we'll just see how he goes. How he goes there. 163. I'm hoping for a 160, honestly.
Yep.
And then I was going to get Gorn.
Yep.
We're both going to go Gorn actually, just because we looked at the last game against North. 212, just a little cheeky 212.
Let me just add two before you move on.
Yeah.
He scored that 212 where they're playing this week. So at Bloodstone.
Yes.
So watch out for that.
That's going to be huge.
You can thank me later.
And the other thing is that he's always got, especially with his taps, Melbourne's got a really good midfield. So they're almost always to advantage and stuff like that. And that's one of the things I was going to do is go Gorn vice captain, just straight off the bat, and Fife, only because he's one of the only premiums that I've got that plays later.
Yeah.
I could go Ridley, actually.
You could go Ridley, definitely.
I might do that and see how
Kieran,
Gorn goes. I will still bank. I will still count McRae going one.
Honestly, if you're ballsy enough, mate, VC Zeeble.
VC Zeeble against Mel. It's gonna be
It's gonna be there, bro.
It's gonna be
in the back half.
In the back half, and that's where he's at.
Yep.
Ooh,
it's a big shout.
Ooh.
It's a big risk, but a big shout.
Oh, they're playing at the same time. I would do that, but they're playing at the same time.
They're playing exactly the same time.
And I feel pretty safe with with
100%.
Nip Gorn. So they're going to be. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do McRae Vice and Ridley. What's his last couple games?
So before
Besides
that
the
31,
30,
he was killing.
124, 147. Nah. I'm going to go McRae and then go Gorn.
Yeah.
And if McRae hits 160, oh mate, I'll be laughing.
Take it.
Gorn's still probably going to score 212, but that's all right. We'll cop that on the chin.
Yeah. So I was initially thinking VC Grundy, Captain Gorn, but then we kind of had a chat before we hopped on air, and you really changed my mind. I'm gonna, I think, do this exactly the same as you. So VC McRae.
Yeah. And just because look, his scores are decent, like 120, I think 136.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, if he scores 136, his highest in the last 3 years against Gold Coast, I still think Gorn can beat that.
Yeah, and we're talking that Gorn's going to beat that against a premium ruckman in Todd Goldstein. That's how much faith we have in Gorny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like Todd Goldstein is a great ruckman. He's probably third in line.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but it'd definitely be a good battle.
Yeah, I'm just looking at other premiums that I can. Yeah, 76 nah. Mitchell 94 nah. Cripps, why am I even bother looking at him?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even bother with Laird 122. Rich, why am I even bothering? Yeah, nah, 100%. I'm gonna go McRae, Gorn. McRae then Gorn. I think it's probably the safest choice. Definitely.
Sure.
We need Cripps to
fire up.
If he can score 137, that'd be good. That'd be very good.
We're gonna give him a rev up on the podcast this week.
Yeah, but every play we've given a rev up, they've gotten injured.
No, that's how bad is that, man?
We've given up. We've talked up Neil, and he's decided to fuck himself. We've talked up. Who was the other players we talked up?
I remember. There's been a couple though.
There's been a couple that we've talked.
Yeah.
We've talked down Walker, only for him to score 146 on us the next week.
So basically, what we're telling our listeners is everything that we say to do
the opposite.
Do the opposite.
Yeah,
basically.
And you'll win Supercoach. You'll be top 1%, top 0%.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Anyway.
yeah. Main thing to take about just wait another week for Frederick and Thorpe
Yep.
because almost 5,000 people probably at the end of the week 5,000 people will bring this guy only
Yep.
for him to so it might get injured or something like that or may
Mm.
not even get selected. Um,
Indeed.
it's
Indeed.
all this shit that you can sort of thing and weird things happens with selection. Some player can get killed at just like oh we'll just rest him for a week.
Mm.
And the other thing with Port, they've got a decent side.
Yeah,
If
they
he's
do definitely.
and if he's going to be making that side and scoring those points,
Mm.
yeah, I'll take him. But
Mm.
again, like
For sure.
wait another week, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to be in. Oh, he's going to be in what 4% or something like that. If you want to add those together, but
Mm.
yeah, look, wait another week and then, but it should be good.
Yeah.
I think that's it for us.
Yeah. I think so.
178. Yeah, that would be good.
Mm.
Or 200, 2250. If I can make that, I'll be happy.
That'd be pretty good, eh? I think I'm projected around the same, to be honest.
Mm.
Mm.
Coming helped a lot last week. No, now I'm just rambling on.
No, just
Yeah,
rambling. We're just rambling. We
I'm
love
liking
a
my
bit of a
defense.
ramble.
I'm just looking at my defense. Oh, fucking top tier there. I'm liking my midfield as well.
Yep.
Powell's killing it. Gordon needs to go back to his first two games.
Yeah. Jordan's been doing all right as well.
Jordan's
the last
done all right.
Yeah.
I wish like with these three players, I don't need to worry about what Campbell McNeil saw or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
I may just emergency McNeil just in case he scores a good game.
Man,
He was an
he
emergency
scored
last
50,
year,
50 injury
And-
sub as well. That's
and
crazy.
he came on the second quarter or maybe it was the
Part of the
first.
second quarter, basically.
Yeah, which is not bad. Like if he had another
Yeah.
quarter, potentially could have been 75
Yeah.
if it was going to be like that, but or maybe 70 or something like that.
Mm.
And I would take that over say whatever Jordan's going to score. He's just averaging. He's had one good game.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it helps that they play first as well. I'm going to do the same with Scott.
Definitely.
See what he scores,
Definitely.
and then hopefully Waterman doesn't play and switch him over for Jones. But I think that's it for us. I think
Yeah,
we'll,
I think so. Done for another
uh,
week, mate. My goodness,
catch you
mate.
guys next week when we tell you to
Yeah.
pick the wrong players again.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
But
Thanks
yeah.
for listening.
Nah, cheers everyone. We'll speak to you guys next week.
All right, bye.
Enjoy.